Hey guys, my name's Sam and welcome to Prep Medic. In this week's video, we're reviewing the OCHO IFAK by North American Rescue. Alright, so like I just said, today we are reviewing the OCHO IFAK by North American Rescue. I'm going to throw it out there, I am not sponsored by North American Rescue. I bought this kit with my own money, so if you do know how I can get sponsored by them, please let me know, I'm all ears. But getting into the review, the OCHO IFAK is part of a series of equipment that North American Rescue puts out, and it's designed to be very low visibility. So this is the individual first aid kit. They also have a backpack and a briefcase, as well as a visor shield. And it's basically just ways to carry medical equipment in either austere, non-permissive environments or in places where you just don't want to have that military tactical look that I think a lot of the medical kits out there come in. So that's kind of where this sits. Now you're going to notice the OCHO IFAK is relatively small and compact. The bag looks like any old accessory case that you'd carry in your backpack, a wire case or something for toiletries. It is made of ripstop nylon on the outside, super heavy duty, has a loop on the front just for carrying, but even though this looks like it's climbing grade, this isn't meant to be like actually rappelled off of or secured in any way, shape, or form in the climbing scenario. So on the front, you just have this black and gray fabric. It does come in, I believe, blue and red color variations, so depending on what you want. And then on the back, you have two 3-inch belt loop loops that you can put on a duty belt or you can store in other ways. Now, I would like to see this have a MOLLE attachment option. I know it is supposed to be low vis outside of that military kind of market. However, for this, that would just add that one more step of adaptability and carryability for this kit. So the zippers are heavy duty, have low profile pulls here. There's really nothing special to say about it. Opens very easily and it's not really jam-packed, and I got the one with everything that they offer inside of it. So this does come in 3 different variations. So it comes in your basic, with hemostatic gauze, and then it comes in your advanced kit, which basically is your hemostatic gauze, and then it also adds the ARS needle. So as we open it up, you can see everything's right there where you need it. So we're going to start from the right and work our way down. So right here, the tourniquet that it's using is the CAT Gen 7 tourniquet. These are my go-to for professional use for tourniquets. They are Committee for Tactical Combat Casualty Care approved. This is what I have on the ambulance I work on the helicopter. This is what we use. If I'm going to do an everyday carry, I'll generally switch over to a Soft T Wide Gen 4, just because they do fold down a little bit more compact than these do. But these are just so easy to use. I really like them. And that sits right in this elastic loop here. You could fit pretty much any kind of tourniquet in there as well. So next to that, you've got a set of gloves. Now these are I believe they're the Bear Claw gloves by North American Rescue. These are excellent. They come up pretty high on your wrist. You'll see it's a brown color, so you can easily see blood on your hands. My only warning with these is if you let them sit for a long period of time without being used, you'll pull these out, they'll actually kind of stay in their form, and I've actually had a couple break on me. So make sure that you are cycling these out every couple months. Don't just keep the same set in your kit forever and ever, because they are going to wear out eventually and degrade, especially in this packaging. If you want, you can take it out of this little cardboard thing around it, stretch them out. It might actually save them for a little bit longer. Now under that, we have a 10 gauge ARS needle. This is for your needle decompressions. Not a must-have for somebody that just wants this for basic first aid, so a bleeder kit to have on them. This is something only for a trained professional. I do have a video on needle decompressions that I did quite a while ago. I'm actually hoping to update that in the near future. But this is something, if you are trained in it, it weighs almost nothing and it's easy to carry on you. One additional use, if you do carry a small endotracheal tube, I believe it's a 3/0 tube, you can use this as a needle crike in a very emergent situation. Not recommending that you do that, but that is just one more piece of functionality that an ARS needle has. Now under there, we have a believe this is a 28 French NPA, nasopharyngeal airway. Once again, I've got a video covering how to use this. This is great for that patient that has those snoring respirations. You need to just throw something in to open that airway for a period of time so you can continue doing other things. And then it does come with some lubricant on the back. If you don't have this, obviously you can use their saliva or blood, God forbid. No, it's not sterile, but in austere environments, you kind of have to use what you have available to you. Now, on the other side of this pack, we have two vertical loops, so they're a little bit bigger. Down here we have a 4-inch emergency trauma dressing. This is just a pressure dressing that North American Rescue makes. There are some that are a little bit flatter, a little bit more compact. I've used this compared to the Olays and some other dressings. They're all pretty much the same in my mind, just allows you to put pressure on a wound. So if you've packed a wound, you can keep that packing in, or if you're just using this to bandage a head or a leg that's not life-threatening, which would require a tourniquet, but that still needs control, throw this on. So this is kind of a must in most IFAKs. And then in the other loop, we have a thing of combat gauze. So this is your packing gauze, your hemostatic packing gauze. I recently did a video on hemostatic agents. These are the gold standard. If you can't afford this or you just can't carry one of these, you can get regular gauze as long as it's a pretty tight weave, and that pressure is going to go a long way for that patient. This is just a bonus to have the clotting agent on the gauze itself. Now, last but not least, there's kind of a long pocket in the back of this IFAK. We have two hyphen chest seals. So these come together, they're a twin pack. And the thought with that is that an entrance and an exit wound. These are both vented seals and they're a laminar valve. So some of the other valve types that come on the halo dressings have been shown to clog in a tension hemopneumo. These are just a little bit more effective in my opinion. So I really like these guys. Once again, kind of like the gloves, don't let these just sit for a long period of time. They do have expiration dates on them. They're pretty far out in the future. This one expires in 2025. I replace these in my kits a little bit more often because I've noticed when you take them out after they've been sitting for a while, they retain their shape and they're really hard to apply. So another item I'd replace after about a year. Once again though, these are pretty cheap on North American Rescue's website. And of course, if you are a professional responder or you do anything in a professional capacity, first aid related, you can sign up for the pro pricing on North American Rescue's website. It takes this kit down from, I think, like the $170, $180 range down to like the $100 range for the advanced kit with the hemostatic gauze. So if you are interested in picking something like this up, I'd highly recommend going with that pro pricing on it because that'll save you quite a lot of money. Guys, if you have any questions about this kit or anything I talked about today, please leave them in the comments down below, and I will see you next week.